allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anybody have any questions on the agenda? Motion to approve? Rob, second. Mike, all in favor? 5-0. Janice, any statements from residents?
Yes, Roberta Garish. Right there, right behind you.
Really packing them in tonight. Those are the administrators.
I'm not used to speaking in an auditorium. I'm sorry. Good evening. My name is Roberta Garish. I handle a RILA program for Rotary Youth Leadership Award Program. It's for high school youth. It's also international. And tonight I have, give me your last name. Denise and her daughter here who live in Shoreham. And they would like the Interact program, which is part of Rotary, to be considered to take place in Shoreham School District, as it is in, it's been for years in the Rocky Point School District. And it's been very successful. It does quite a bit of community service. For that, the Rotary gives out 3 $1,000 scholarships to each of the schools. And then last week we had the award ceremony doing that, and then the seniors, they spoke about how they enjoyed being part of Interact, as well as what their plans are for the future. It was quite interesting. I wish you could have been there to hear them. At any rate, I'd like to introduce, come up here. She signed up, but Mom's here to support her because she believes firmly in wanting this program here.
Hi, my name is Grace Curry, and I'm an incoming 9th grader into the high school, and I'm really excited, actually. But we don't have an Interact program, and one thing that I really want to do, I want to be able to make a change in this world when I get older. I want to make a big impact, but you can't do that until you start locally, because until you start locally, you can't change the lives across the world. And that's one thing that I would really like to do. Right now, the only way that I can actually make an impact on the people around me is through my church, and I would love to represent our school as a way to, I guess, make a change in this world. And thank you.
If you'd like more information on the Interact program, and the woman who runs it over at Rocky Point School, she had spoke with me, and she said she'd be happy to provide any information and any positive results that has been successful over at the Rocky Point High School. It seems to be the only school in the area that has an Interact program for the high school youth. So she says if you want any information, she can fill you in on that. Just contact me, and I'll have her contact you.
How
Thank you.
exactly does the program work? Does it work like one of the high school clubs? How does exactly?
Okay, well, the woman over in Rocky Point that handles this, she's a teacher as well, an active teacher. Her daughter was one of the scholarship winners of the Rotary Scholarship last week. That's going on into the medical field. She explained it to me in such a way that it's like the adult Rotary that does a lot of community service for the community. Like, I'm wearing the shirt today because I was over at Camp Aquatic over in Mauritius today, and a group of us adults from Rocky Point Rotary went over there to serve lunch, and we paid for the lunch. The heroes from Campus Heroes, the refreshments, the salads. And we served the disabled youth over there. We had 150 disabled youth. And we also do food for the pantries, the local pantries at the food town we did this past year, as well as at what was the other one? They keep changing the names. It was Food Town's a new name for the one in Rocky Point, and we do that. We also offer educational programs too for the students, and it's just a lot of community service. But she could fill you in more on that. My main center is for the Rotary Youth Leadership Award Program, which is RYLA, R-Y-L-A. And if you look on the website for Rocky Point Rotary, you'll see RYLA, and then you'll see my name, Roberta Garish. But that covers for all high school students, and Interact is a big part of that. So when people show interest in having it in their school, I decided, I turned to my fellow Rotarians and said, maybe if we brought this to the Board of Ed, they could at least consider it. So that's what we're doing tonight. And I thank you.
My advice to you would be to talk to the high school principal the first day you arrive in September.
Sounds good.
And pass any information you want us to look at to Janice, the district clerk, to make sure we get to review it all.
Have, I gave them out at the last meeting, all the RYLA brochure that has all the
Okay.
programs in it. And the one main one for the youth is the Interact. And I would have brought it along if I had more, but I gave them out on Tuesday when we had a meeting. You know, last Tuesday it was, and today we did the camp being out there. But it's a wonderful program, and it develops leadership. And I will try to get copies of those brochures to you and maybe drop them off and you can look at it, see for yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any other statements,
No,
Janice?
that's it.
No student staff recognition. On to old business.
We have a representative from Park East with us tonight to give us an update on construction.
Good evening. I'm prepared tonight to speak about the active projects currently going on in Shoreham-Wading River. They consist of the high school corridor lockers, the high school flooring replacement, the high school athletic field lights, as well as the site work at the two elementary schools. Starting with the lockers at the high school, submittals and shop drawings. The submission and approval process is 100% complete. The demolition of the existing lockers is 100% complete, and the installation of new lockers is 90%. The only remaining items left for the installation of the new lockers are the trims associated with the lockers, the pieces that extend and cover any of the raw edges of the existing openings. They also are about 10% complete with their punch list and just started their closeout documentations. This is a photograph of the existing lockers coming out. And this is a photo of the new lockers being installed. The flooring replacement, this is at the library in the high school. Again, the submittal and shop drawing process has been completed. Demolition has been completed. They're prepping the floor currently. They're installing the new carpet. This was updated probably Wednesday last week, so currently they have about 30% of the new carpet installed, probably 90% of the new VCT installed. The rubber treads are still at 0%. That will be one of the last items that happen. Punch list and closeout are at 0%. That's the demolition of the existing carpet. This is the floor prep prior to the new carpet going in. That's just a skim coat over the existing concrete. If you go and walk in there today, you'll see some of the new carpet laid out in the center of the area. The athletic field lights, submittals, shop drawings all 100%, conduits, wiring 100%, new transformers, and the installation of new light poles are in and active. I believe they're being used currently. The new scoreboard is the only remaining item for this contractor. We just got the rendering a couple days ago. It's being reviewed and going through the process of being approved by the architect. We expect the delivery of that new scoreboard second week in August and the installation before September. They're zero with their punch, they're zero with the closeout. We expect those two items to be done before the start of September. This is a photo of the new light poles going in at the football field. Photo to the left is them installed at the football field, and the photo to the right is them installed at the tennis courts. This next slide is the site work. This is specific to Miller Ave. Submittals and shop drawings are 100%. Temporary fence is nearly 100% at this point. Tree removal is still around 80%. The playground relocation was 100% completed today, with the exception of the safety surfacing, which will be done in the next week or two. The existing building was also demoed at the beginning of this week. Temporary construction road is still around 90%, and punch list and closeout will be happening during the month of August. This is the existing playground to the left and the relocated playground to the right. At Wading River, similar situation. Submittal shop drawings are 100%. Temporary fencing is nearly 100%. Tree removals are 100% at this building. You had some brick benches that were to be removed. They're 100% removed, and the roadway is about 90%. Again, the punch list and closeout will be happening during the month of August. To the left is the tree removal. To the right is a more recent picture showing what it looks like today. This is the projected work through the month of August. Corridor lockers, including the trims, everything's projected to be done before school starts. Projected to have a punch list and have that punch list completed before September, and the closeouts to do the same. Flooring replacement, excuse me, is projected to be done by August 15th. And again, we're looking to punch these projects out early and start the closeout process and have it all buttoned up before the start of school. The athletic fields, the only remaining item, as I mentioned before, is the scoreboard. That's again projected to come middle of August and be installed before September. Over at Miller Ave, this is a week old, but the demolition has been completed since I made this slide. Tree removal will be done in the next week. Playground relocation was finished today, and we're looking to push them on their punch list and closeout documents to have them completed before September. Over at Wading River, temporary fence. There's some modifications that have to happen before school opens in September. Those will happen in the next 2 weeks. Temporary road is projected to be 100% during the month of August, and we're pushing them to be done with their punch list and closeout during the month of August. That concludes the update. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions?
Thanks, Derek. No reports?
Any questions on the minutes of July 6, 2016? Motion to approve? Rob, second. Mike, all in favor? 5-0. Any questions on CPSE, CSE? Motion to approve? Rob, second. Kimberly, all in favor? 5-0. Any questions on the financials? Motion to approve? Rob, second. Mike, all in favor? 5-0. Any questions on any of the resolutions? Since Mark is here, I have a question. The resolution we're adopting on the APP, does that change our policy in any way? Or is it
No, it doesn't
just
change
ratifies the options that we picked?
the limitations that we have, yes.
It's okay to take them as a group? Motion to approve Resolution 1617-017 through 1617-032. Motion? Rob, second. Kimberly, all in favor? 5-0. Just want to thank the Kevin Williams Foundation for the very generous donation of the shed up at the baseball field. Any questions on personnel? Motion to approve? Rob, second. Mike, all in favor? 5-0. Fastest meeting ever. Janice, any communications?
No.
Anyone else? Nope. Anyone have any discussion items? Any additional comments from any residents? If you could come up. Could you just put your name?
Anita Trenton.
Thank you.
I just want to know where the playground is. Anita, you have to talk into the mic because nobody can hear you.
Okay. Where the playground is on Miller Avenue, in Miller Avenue School on the field, is that the permanent location now?
Yes,
Yes.
It almost looks like it's in the middle of the field.
because there is a bus loop that is going to be installed to the rear of that building, but it is in its permanent location.
Oh, okay. That's what I just wanted to know. Thank you.
Anyone else? Motion to adjourn to exec. Rob, second. Kimberly, all in favor? 5-0. Thank you, everyone.